What's going on, guys? Welcome back to today's YouTube video. Hope you guys are all having a great day. So in today's YouTube video, I'm actually going to be doing another public interview, and this time I brought my mic. I know in the previous video that I did, the wind was corrupting the video a bit, and I knew I had forgotten my mic, but I already driven 30 minutes from my house, so I did not want to just call it a day because I didn't have my mic. So I just went with it and tried my best, although I'm glad I was still able to hear most of the audio from the video that I did yesterday. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Oh, and also before I get started with the video, I wanted to say that, remember in the previous vlog where I talked about how my tongue had a pimple in it and how I needed to get surgery on Tuesday and etc. Well, today is Tuesday and I got that surgery, and the reason why I'm telling you this is to give you an update, and also after they've taken out the pimple, they had to put like some kind of cream on it, and it's black. And I realized that when I'm going to be interviewing other people in college, the people, when as someone's answering or listening to me as I'm talking, some people might notice there's something in my mouth, and they're just gonna be like cringed out or something. But yeah, and I know you guys will see it. I just want to make sure that I'm pointing it out, and yeah. But yeah, hopefully nobody judges too much about it. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Although I'm the one putting people on blast for this video, because in today's video I'm actually gonna be asking them what's the biggest secret that they've ever kept from their parents and why. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. So I'm with Julia, and one of the questions I asked her was, what is the biggest lie you have ever told your parents and why?
So basically, I was supposed to be on a study date with a friend, and it turned out to be my boyfriend at the time, but my parents didn't know that because they're like super religious and crazy, so I couldn't really tell them the truth. So I went over to his house and we were studying, but really not, and I ended up having to go home with a really fat hickey on my neck. And the only reason my dad didn't find out is because he's like pretty much not aware of most common things, and I had a really big spot here that I had to cover up with foundation. So yeah, it's kind of the biggest lie that I had to tell.
Did you ever attempt to do it again, or?
No, only because of fear of and my parents finding out. I really couldn't cover it up that well, and I ended up using foundation that was the wrong color, and it had a bunch of sparkles on it, so it was actually kind of shocking that I didn't get caught, but just out of the fear alone, I never tried to do it again.
No.
No.
Did your mom never found out, or?
My mom suspected that he was something more than just a friend, but she never really looked at me hard enough, and I wore like a really big hoodie, and I wore it for about 2 days. I wore the same hoodie for 2 days because that's how scared I was, and she actually asked me to take it off, and I was like, no, I'm completely fine. I'm not hot or anything, and I was sweating for like the whole time I was there until I got back to college.
Was that like in the summer, or?
Yes, it was in the summer. It was during the summer. I had to come home, and then I left early because I was just so hot in my mom's apartment because she doesn't turn on the air all the time. So yeah, I ended up, when I hopped in that car, I took off the hoodie and drove back.
Wow, it's crazy. Did she pretty much tell your mom? Do you tell your mom much, or equally? Not really.
Depends. Now that I get older, I try to tell her. I try to be a little bit more honest, but I think that's something that I probably will keep to myself for quite a few years.
I mean, if it's past, then it's the past, I guess.
Yeah, but then I don't want to have her like pat me down and like look me up and down every time I come home. So I'm still in college. I'll wait till I'm out of college to tell her all the crazy shit that I did.
True. True. All right, well, thank you. All right, so I'm with my friend Stephanie, and
Hey
the
guys.
question I just asked her is, what is the biggest lie you have ever told your parents and why?
I think the biggest lie I've ever told my parents was that I've never drank because they don't know I drink, and I would sneak out and wear my club clothes under my PJs every time I would go to the club, and they would think I was just going to sleep over at my friend's house. So I think that's probably the biggest lie I've told my parents.
Did you were always a party person?
I used to go to the club like 4 times a week, but it's like that was a phase and now I'm over it. But yeah, I definitely was. Still kind of am, but like less.
Was that in high school more or here?
It was in high school. Like
Huh.
here, I can just do whatever the fuck I want because they're not here, so it's just like
True. But
easier.
have you have you done any like have you gone to like the frat parties?
I try not to because they're just honestly really frightening and like embarrassing to show up at, but they're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
Have you ever gone to class hangover?
Oh, many times. Definitely. I have an 8 a.m., so that's definitely fun to go to when I'm still drunk,
Nice. All right, well, thank you.
Of course.
All right, so I'm with my friend Paige, and one of the questions I asked her was, what is the most embarrassing, what is what is the biggest lie you've ever told your parents, and why?
The biggest lie is probably that I was not in town, like here, where I was supposed to be. I was in a different state. I was in Pittsburgh skiing, and they didn't know, and they still don't know about that. And it was my first time skiing too, so it was really cool.
How did,
Yeah.
how did that happen? Like, how did that come to happen?
My friend asked if I wanted to go to Pittsburgh with her and her family, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna go. And I just didn't feel like telling them, and they check up on me like every week, and they were like, oh, like, how's school? And I was like, oh, it's good, but I was in a different state.
Huh? So it wasn't a
yeah.
spring break or winter break?
No, it was like after spring break, I think, actually, like the week after.
Huh? Do you have really strict parents, or?
Not really, but I think they'd be like weirded out if they found out I was in Pittsburgh and I didn't tell them.
Huh.
So, yeah.
What, were you scared at all, or no?
No.
Because you were with your friends?
Yeah, and they don't track me, so I wasn't really worried about them finding out. And I was with her parents too, but it's still like weird. I was in a different state, and they didn't know. And everyone that I told thought it was weird too. They were like, oh, like, you should probably tell them. And I was like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I feel like I've seen this in a homicide case or show, but I'm gonna ask you this: if there was a group of frat guys and girls, and they were planning a trip to Hawaii or Cabos or something, and they saw you, and they said, "Hey, I'm actually planning a trip to Cabos or Mexico for a week, and I have a ticket. Someone missed out on it. Would you like to come?"
Yeah, actually, I guess it was during spring break. Like the week before I went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We went to the Bahamas and we met this random guy and he was like, oh, I'm going to Rolling Loud in Portugal.
Oh.
And he was like, do you guys want to come? And we were like, yeah, and we bought tickets and he's just some random guy and now we're going to Rolling Loud in Portugal, so.
Wow, you're the definition of not missing out on
No,
opportunity.
because who would miss up on that opportunity? It's such a good opportunity to go to a different country. I've never been to Europe before, but yeah.
You're over 18, are you?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you're capable of making your own choices, and
Yeah.
you should take life to the fullest.
Of course, yeah. I would never mess up on something like that.
Nice. All right, well, thank you. All right, so I'm with Benji, and I just asked him, what is the biggest lie you have ever told your parents, and why?
Well, I can honestly say one day my mom, she seen that her car was moved, and she asked me if I moved her car. And I say no. The whole while, hell yeah, I moved it. I went all the way, like 30 miles away just to get some pussy.
Huh.
Yeah. And I was just in high school. So yeah, it was crazy. But I kind of got away with it, but then again, she had a thought in mind, like, I think he really took it. But eventually I got caught.
You couldn't find someone local?
Hmm?
You couldn't find something local?
Nah, I needed that specific pussy. Like, I had to get it.
They didn't have baddies in your area?
Yeah, they got a lot of baddies in my area, but in my area, they stubborn. You know what I mean? So I feel like the further away they is, the more easier for me because I just go ahead and I know myself. I'm a smooth operator, you know what I mean? But the girls in my city played out. I like to see what it is in other people's cities, you know what I mean?
Can I ask you what city you lived in and where were you going?
Well, I stay in South Bay, Florida. I went all the way to Boynton. That's like shit, that's down there an hour almost.
Boynton?
Yeah.
That's the least place I would go to find someone.
You said at least?
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, if you stay in my city, you'll see why I went to Boynton.
Huh.
I mean, I was in high school. I didn't really know about the areas like that. You know what I mean?
True.
But now that I know, I see what it is and what it ain't. For shit show.
Got it.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, so what is your name?
Angel.
Alright, so the question I have for you is, what is the biggest lie you've ever told your parents and why?
What is the biggest lie I've ever told? That I'm straight. And because
Yeah. Are your parents religious or?
yeah, right when I told her that I was straight, she like basically locked me in my room and then like I couldn't interact with anyone for like 72 hours.
Wait, did you tell your parents or not?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And then when I did, they locked me in the room.
But
'Cause
they
our-
want you to be straight though, right?
Yeah.
So why would they lock you in your room if you are straight? Wait, so are you still in touch with your parents or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm still straight.
Okay. So when do you see yourself unleashing your sexuality even more? I don't know.
We don't do that.
Do what?
That unleashing.
No. Are you a Christian?
Oh, no.
Are your parents?
They're like, it's a weird religion where they believe in God, but they also study like the devil to like study evil stuff too. Because they explained it like if you're walking the forest during the day and you only sleep at night, you won't see what's around you.
Oh, but it's not Christianity, is it?
No, it's like a weird religion.
Is it witchcraft?
No, it's not. It's something. Well, my uncle got them into, and then we study the both sides, the bad things and the good things. Bad things to remind us of what the good things are too.
Is there a church that studies?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Commune, agnorism.
Commune aneurysm?
Agnorism.
Agnorism.
Yeah.
It's not popular, is it?
No, it's a small community in Alabama.
Alabama?
Yeah, Huntsville.
Well, nobody knows much about Alabama.
Yeah, I know.
Are you-
There's nobody there.
When did you live there? Were you born in Alabama or when did you move here?
No, I was born in Alabama.
Oh, when did you move here?
Right when I started college, which was 2020 during COVID.
Oh,
Yeah.
so are you happy that you moved here away from your parents or? Your parents are in Alabama right now?
Yeah, it's
No.
fun. Yeah, I like it here a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna live here forever or?
Nah, I'm gonna go back. I have to go back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's really interesting. That was the most interesting one.
Oh, really?
All of those.
What?
I told most of the, but I don't think I
That
should.
sounds boring though.
What?
Mine?
Yours? I mean, no, because you just caught me by surprise and not really, like nobody expected that. Most of my viewers
gotcha.
would have expected that you hooked up with a girl and your parents didn't even know, or you went drinking, or
Oh, gotcha.
this and that.
No, I hooked up with boys in my first
Huh?
but
Yeah.
nothing.
But yours was pretty good.
Oh,
Thank
got you. Okay.
Mm.
Cool.
But yeah, thank you for
You're
sharing.
welcome. Thank you for asking.